Good morning, dear students. Welcome back again with a new session of Science 1 Carbon Compounds. We have already discussed about homologous series of certain compounds. Now we are going to discuss about its characteristics of homologous series with the help of certain example. The molecular formula of members of homologous series of alkenes represented by general formula CnH2n. The value of n is equals to 2. We get the molecular formula of the first number of the series as C2H2 into 2, that is C2H4. When the value of n is 3, the molecular formula of the second member of the alkane series is obtained as C3H2 into 3, that is C3H6. What would be the general formula for the molecular formula of the members of homologous series of alkanes? What would be the value of n for the first member of the series? If we will take n is equals to 1, the first member of the homologous series of alkanes will be CH4, that is methane. The general formula for the homologous series is CnH2n minus 2. Write down the individual molecular formula for the first, second, and third members after substituting the values 2, 3, 4 for n in this formula. From the above examples, we come to know the following characteristics of homologous series. So first of all, if we put n equals to 2, the formula will become C2H2. If we take n equals to 3, the formula will be C3H4. If we take n equals to 4, it will be C4H6 and so on. While going from one member of the to the next in a homologous series, one methylene, that is CH2 unit, gets added. B. The molecular mass increases by 14 unit. C. The number of carbon atom increases by 1. The chemical properties of the members of homologous series show similarity. All the members of homologous series are represented by the same general formula. Write down the structural formula of first four members of the various homologous series found by making the functional group in the table 9.16. The general formula of the homologous series of alkanes is CnH2n plus 2. Write the molecular formula of the 8th and the 12th member using this. If it is AC8, the number of hydrogen will be 18. If it is C12, number of formula will be C20, H26. Now, nomenclature system of carbon compounds. Here, nomenclature implies certain method to give name to the compound. Now, system of common names. We have seen that today millions of carbon compounds are known. Initially, when the number of known carbon compound was small, scientists named them in a variety of ways. Now, those names are called as common names. For example, the source of the name of the first four alkanes, namely methane, ethane, propane, and butane, are different. The names of alkanes thereafter were given the name of carbon atoms in them. Two isomeric compounds having a straight chain or a branch chain in a structural formula are possible for the molecular formula C4H10. The difference and the interrelationship in them was indicated by naming them as N-butane. We call it as normal butane, and I-butane we also call it as isobutane. The skeleton of carbon is different in case of butane. That is called as isomers. Draw three structural formula having molecular formula C5H12. When n was equals to 4, the possible isomer was 2. Same way, when n is equals to 5, the possible number of isotopes may vary. It may change. It is up to approximately 3. Give the name of neopentane, 1I pentane, neopentane to the above three structural formula. Use the same logic as used in the names of the isomeric butanes for this purpose. So, with the help of pentane, we can draw various isomers, and depending upon the branch, we can give the name to them. Now, draw all the possible structural formula having molecular formula C6H14. Give the name to all the isomers. Which difficulties were faced by you while naming it? As the time progressed, the number of carbon compounds became very large in number, and their common names caused confusion. A need was felt to have a logic system acceptable to all for naming the carbon compounds. Then a new system came arising, or it was found out, and it was called as IUPAC, whose full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. This method of naming the compounds was accepted by the whole world. So IUPAC put forth a nomenclature system based on the structure of the compounds, and it was accepted all over the world. There is a provision in this system for giving a unique name to all the carbon compounds. Let us see some straight chain compounds containing one functional group are given IUPAC name, and let us see the common names. There are three units in IUPAC name of any carbon compound. First unit parent, that is skeleton carbon. Second is suffix. Suffix means after the parent, and then prefix is name before the parent. As arranged in the name, you can see here prefix, parent, suffix. An IUPAC name is given to a compound on the basis of the name of its parent alkane. The name of the compound is constructed by attaching appropriate suffix and prefix to the name of the parent alkane. The steps in the IUPAC nomenclature of straight chain compounds are as follows. First step, in the field of, or in the way to write it in IUPAC. First step, draw the structural formula of the straight chain compound and count the number of carbon atoms. So if 6 carbons are there, we call it as hex. If 5 carbon is there, we call it as pent. And since it is single bond, it will be called as A and E. Write the name of this alkane. In case of carbon chain of the concerned compound contains a double bond, change the ending parent name from ANE to ENE. So as said, if it is a single bond, the after alk it is written as ANE. But if it is double bond, after alk it is written ENE. Similarly, if the compound contains triple bond, then ANE is replaced by YNE. Here table is there, 9.18 IUPAC nomenclature of straight chain compounds. Step 1. Here structural formula 3 carbons are there, and therefore propane is there. 2 carbon is there, ethane is there. 3 carbon propane. Here without functional group we are giving the name to the parent. So we have to just count the number of carbon atoms. So as the number of carbon atom is there, and so individual name is also there. for 3 carbon propane, for 4 carbon butane, for 5 carbon pentane, for 6 carbon hexane. And depending upon the functional group, prefix and suffix is being given. Step 2. If the structural formula contains functional group, replace the letter E from the parent name by the enclosed name of the functional group as suffix. Few exceptions there. The condensed name of the functional group halogen is always attached to the prefix. So for halogen, prefix is used. That is, before the parent group, the name is written like halo, chloro, bromo, iodo. That is the only exception. Rest all in other case, functional group name is written in the suffix, that is after the parent name. Step 3. Number the carbon atoms in the carbon chain from one end to the other. Assign the number 1 to the carbon in the functional group CHO, that is aldehyde, or COOH, that is carboxylic acid, if present. Otherwise, the chain can be numbered in two directions, except that numbering which gives smaller number to the carbon carrying the functional group. So whichever carbon contains functional group, that number for that carbon, the least number should be there. That is, you can name the number the carbon atoms either from the left hand side or right hand side, but we have to accept only that number which gives the smallest number to the functional group. This is how the step 3 is being followed. Accept the numbering which gives smaller number to the carbon carrying the functional group. In the final name, a digit and a character letter should be separated by a small horizontal line. You can see it in figure 9.20. Usually numbering is not required if the carbon contain only two carbon atoms. So here 9.20, various ways of numbering the carbon atom is there. 9.19, functional group is there which is used in prefix, that is halogen. And step 3, numbering the carbon atom to the functional group which has got the smallest number. You can see the examples here. First example in table 9.20, propane to all means here prop implies three carbon chain in a straight line. AN implies single bond. 2 implies functional group is added to the second carbon. OL implies the functional group alcohol. Similarly, in the second one, straight chain carbon, total number of carbon is 5 and therefore the parental name is given as pentane. Since the halogen is attached to it and therefore prefix name chloro if it is chlorine, bromo if it is bromine, iodo if it is iodine. Now this chloro, bromo or iodo is attached to which number of the carbon, that has to be written in such a way that the carbon should get the least number which is attached to the halogen. So here you can see uh, chlorine can be, if it is the carbon is numbered in both the ways. In one way, the chlorine attached to carbon attached, a chlorine attached to the carbon gets 2. If it is numbered on the other side, the chlorine attached to the carbon gets 4. From 2 and 4, 2 is the smallest one, and therefore the name is given as 2-chloropentane. 2 implies chlorine is attached to the second carbon. Chloro implies the functional group, that is halogen, which is prefix. Pentane implies 5 carbon atom is there. Similarly, you can see it with the third example. The number of carbon chains in a straight line, you can count it and see there are 5 carbon in a straight line, and therefore the parental group becomes pent. Since here single bond is there between carbon and hydrogen, and therefore the term AN is being used. But here one functional group is there, C double bond O, which is nothing but ketone, and therefore here E is replaced by ONE. Now that ketone is attached to which carbon? Now here both the ways of numbering is given. In first way, the oxygen attached to carbon gets 2. In the second way, oxygen attached to the carbon gets 4. From 2 and 4, 2 is the smallest number, and therefore the IUPAC name of the compound becomes pentane 2,1. I hope so. This table is very much clear to all the students. Some more steps are required for writing IUPAC names of compounds having more complex structural units such as branch chains, carbon rings, heterocycles, etc. Study of these will be included in the further standards. At the same time, also keep in mind that there is a practice of using common names of the carbon compounds which are frequently used into the laboratory. Now, here one assignment is there for you based on the three steps which you have learned to name the compounds in the IUPAC nomenclature. You can write the name here to these compounds. The first step, as I just said, we have to see the number of carbon. So here in the first case, 2 carbon is there. Then we have to see the functional group. Here double bond is there. So here instead of A and E, it will be replaced by Y and E. So it becomes ethine. If it is triple bond, it becomes ethine. If it is double bond, it becomes ethene. Since only 2 carbon atom is there is no need to give number. Now we'll move to the third one, that is common name is acetic acid. Now if we'll go for IUPAC name, it can be written as, here since 2 carbon is there, ethane. Since the functional group is COOH, the functional group is written as OIC, ethane oic acid. Similarly, here methyl alcohol can be written as methane. One hydrogen is replaced by OH group, and therefore IUPAC name is written as methane all. Similarly, ethane all, because functional group is attached to first, and therefore only ethane all is given. Now, similarly, depending upon the functional group remaining, you can write it of your own. Now, the chemical properties of carbon compounds, we'll discuss it in the next video. Till then, have a great day.